Bomber really displayed in that last game that he's indeed getting a little older and he has slow hands.
It's that humility, man. It's that Korean humility. But that does make it 2-1 in favor of Bomber. And I don't know if it's fair to call Bomber, like going into this, if Bomber was considered the favorite. I think Polt has been in more headlines recently, kind of, especially in the Western scene, I would say, not even just North America. He's kind of a household
IEM
name.
run for Polt as well.
I mean, Bomber is too, but Bomber's been a little bit quieter. But this is really refreshing to see. It's really nice. Both players have just had a slugfest back and forth here, and we could hopefully have a lot more. I'm biased towards Polt. I want to see a Game 5. I want another semifinal with a full best of 5.
I think a lot of people in the audience feel the same way over here, Jeff. Is it going to be Polt or is it going to be Bomber? Map 4 is going to be played on Frost. The people here are still excited for more StarCraft, and so are we.
I like it. So far, the maps, other than Habitation Station, have been Way Station, Altazim, and now Frost. It's like both these guys, again, they were like, okay, Marine Tank, here we go, big maps, yep. We want to play to the full potential of our abilities, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it is very unlikely that we're going to see anything else from these guys. Bomber just never max. Polt, maybe once in a blue moon, but I don't know when the last time we had a blue moon. It's been a while.
I don't even know what a blue moon is other than a beer.
That's a pretty good beer.
That's pretty good.
Belgium white, something. Either way, guys, over here on the right bottom side of the map, if you're cheering for him, you're going to have to be very loud. He needs your support. He's trailing 2-1 right now against Bomber. He's representing Cooler Master. He is Polt.
And his opponent in the top left-hand corner, represented by Red Bull, says, eat your heart out, Marine King. It is Bomber.
You know, I do this on purpose, Jeff.
What's that?
That I always introduce Polt, so you have to say Red Bull all the time.
Well, that's fun. It's funny, you know, people think I like hate Red Bull or something.
Oh, we actually have something different. No, I know. I'm just kidding. It was actually just coincidence. My camera started on Polt, that's why. I just noticed it that this is like the second time in a row, or the third time.
Yeah.
Either way, we just said that we don't really see anything different from these guys. Well, this is the first time we will see something pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
Wonderx in the middle of the map, and here is another SCV Bomber after playing some macro games and showing that he has still fantastic macro. They can go toe-to-toe with Polt. Is going to try to switch things up over here on Frost. A map where I would say it's possible that Polt opens up with a pretty quick benchy because he's shown us that he likes it.
There should be Proxy Reaper with that gas behind it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's going to hit fast, it's going to hit hard. And like you said, Polt so far has shown kind of, he likes the Banshee openings. Frost is a very large map, so there is a reason to see him potentially just mentally opt out of that. And so far, no scout from him. That's the treacherous part, too. I mean, if you pull into that empty base and see the SCV count the Bomber has, although just with the spawning location, he was almost never going to scout that.
This can get really tricky, though. It's so important that Polt is going to figure out what is going on. When is he going to drop the second refinery?
I don't think he will. How would he find out?
I mean, when he sees one Reaper, he might be a little more careful, and he might be able to produce a Hellion in time. However, if he never does, and he's going to face 3 Marines, when he has like, or 3 Reapers, excuse me, when he has nothing but a few Marines, like not even a handful of Marines, this is going to be extremely tough for Polt.
Yeah, that's, to put it lightly, yes.
I think he's going to drop the starport immediately, at least by the way that he was clicking. This could get really dicey very, very quick.
And he will show the Reaper first thing, which I think is interesting. At this rate, it almost kind of gives it away. But it also starts in on the defenses.
Yeah, maybe you're right, because we do see a Hellion being fired out. Oh, he has to be so careful with the Reaper. That was playing with fire over there.
Reapers don't die. But he is making a starport behind this, as you called. And I would say so far he does not realize what's happening. The Hellion
is really nice, though.
It's nice. It's a start. And Bomber being a little bit sloppy. I don't know that I would pop up, again, showing the second Reaper and this fast.
Oh, here comes the Hellion. If he takes off this Hellion, that would be so massive. Now Polt knows what's going on. He sees these Reapers, he's like, that's 3 Reapers at 445. No, Polt, what are you doing? That's so risky. Oh, he doesn't lose the Reaper. If he would have lost, the Hellion. If he would have lost that Hellion,
that would have mine too. I don't know. It's weird. He must know something we don't, because this reaction from him seems very light. It does not seem to be taken as serious. No. And it's going to be 5 Reapers here in a second.
That is the moment where it's going to be easy for Bomber to micro Reapers one at a time. And Reapers. These SCVs these Marines are going to die. It's now or never for Bomber, but I think it's going to be now.
Yeah, well, he's just waiting to kind of heal up. There he goes. Can't hop up that.
This Widowmine is an MVP. Or could be an MVP if I've ever seen one.
He takes a gamble over there. Opting for that.
Oh, this Hellion taking so much damage. Look at the damage output of these Reapers. The Hellion will fall.
Oh, gosh, he is going to relocate. He gets chased.
I think he's just healing up. One more Reaper joining in the fun right now. Do we have another Hellion? Only halfway
I don't
done.
like what Polt's doing, though. Polt needs to be in the other direction.
I think Polt is going to die right now. I think this is really Bomber's moment. This is the moment where he's going to micro Reapers one by one. He's not going to leave this main base, is he? Well, he is. I think he could fight that.
Do it. Hop up that cliff. Do it.
Oh, no!
Could have been better.
Well, could have been worse.
Could have been a lot better. And take back our shouting. But what that does do is it holds them off. What is that Hellion doing? He's over-ambitious. Because they're all so wounded, this buys time. And I'll tell you what, Polt defended. I honestly thought Polt was moments away from dying, but he defended. And this, if you go back at home, Bomber's just adding another barracks. He's very far behind in tech.
I think that Bomber showed too much respect to those very few Marines over there.
I agree.
Like, there was definitely a moment where, you know, you can actually just stand there with your Reapers and then micro them one by one. The moment that Marines right-click on the Reaper, they run and they take so much damage. The moment they attack move, it's super easy for Bomber to just micro them. I don't know why he didn't play it a little more risky.
Well, I fully agree. And let's look at the result now. He has these 5 Reapers back at home. What are they doing? I mean, take a risk. You know, I don't think it's a throwaway moment when it's 3 Marines and it was like 5 Reapers or 3 Reapers. It was 5 Reapers versus 3 Marines and I believe a Hellion.
Yep.
And yeah, maybe you lose a Reaper or 2, but I think you kill everything else. And if you micro them back well enough and get them to drag their target priority, there's a good chance you could kill everything actually.
Yep. I think Bomber missed an opportunity over there. That Widowmine was really cool though.
Not as cool as we screamed though.
No, that's
they all would have died.
Yes. I guess that's just not possible. How much plus?
No, well, of course not. Science.
Maybe if he has 2, 2 would be good enough.
Yes, I think it takes 2.
But it was cool.
It was cool. It was cool enough to maybe yelp or something. But Polt's on the offensive, and Polt's the guy up against the ropes. If he loses one more game, his tournament life ends here. But he's going to push forward, and he's got Marines. Stim is not complete, question mark? No, it's not complete. But with the medevac, he's got a pretty potent force here.
We do have
pretty darn potent force, especially when that bunker's empty.
Yeah, and all of the Marines are out of position over here for Bomber. One Marine will hop into this bunker.
Oh, here come the Reapers. This is his brilliant mid-game plan. He's like, you're going to show up with Marines and Hellions, and I've still got Reapers. They're great.
I mean, they are not bad. They do extra damage to Marines and Hellions.
Yeah, this is his plan, I'm telling you.
You know what I'm really amazed by is that the SCV count is even right now. That makes almost no sense to me.
It's weird.
I mean, Polt is still on 2 command centers. He dropped a lot of additional Rexes. Do you think he's going to try to win this on 2 bases?
No, actually, what Polt does a lot, by the way, is he goes 5 racks, then takes his 3rd CC. I kid you not, he does this in TVT and TVP. He does that a lot. I think it's his way, like what he does in the interim is he figures out whether or not these 5 racks are needed to stay alive, or if he can push for a win, or if he needs to just fall back on an additional CC.
There is still a Banshee over here on the north side of the map. There is a Widowmine wiggling across the map as well. He's putting it in an interesting location. Do we have missile turrets? There's not a single missile turret up for Bomber, so this Banshee could potentially do a lot of damage. Oh, look at that tank.
There is one, by the way. It's behind his nap.
Polt is overextending there a little bit, or just like not paying attention, just sticking around too long without really doing anything. Perhaps he was just waiting for both Banshees to arrive at the same time. There is one missile turret indeed over here. And in the main, well, I guess Scan could go down.
Yeah, Stim. Bomber is good. Polt's going to wing around here. Reapers are like, hey guys, it's here. It's over here. You're going to single it down. Banshee needs to kite back. It's going to do just that. Meanwhile, up in the north, the Banshee approaches inside the main again, but the missile turret just completed. Polt's harass is shut down, and behind this, to your point, still no 3rd CC.
This is late in TVT. Like we're approaching the 12-minute mark. Of course, this was a little bit of a bizarre game where Polt, you know, had to take some measures early on to deal with all of these Reapers from Bomber. But the Scan goes down in the middle, trying to pick up that Widowmine. I don't know. I don't really understand where Polt is going. I have the feeling that Polt wants to win on 2 bases. Do you think he's even going to pull SCVs?
Gosh,
but like, how is that ever going to work? Like, Bomber already has tanks.
Yeah, he already saw a tank hit his force that was outside of Bomber's base. His Banshees have done little to nothing.
I think this guy's going to build a command center. It's so late, though. It's really, really late.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's
Better late
up
than
in
never,
supply.
I guess. So if he would have pulled SCVs, it wouldn't have worked at all.
No, that's right. That would
chance.
have been the worst call. You know, my TVT is pretty bad, so those things go through my mind. Should I pull SCVs right now?
Should I pull SCVs? Do you ever think to pull probes? You ever tried that? It's the worst thing in the entire world.
I've done it once or
I don't
twice.
know why they're so different, but they're horrible.
It's the 5 HP, man.
Yeah, they just die. Banshee with 2 kills sitting out there does spot the third base timing. That is important.
I mean, this might actually still be Polt's moment. Of course, this commencer is very late, but he does have an army supply advantage. He still has Banshees hovering around these bases as well. If there's ever a moment where Polt has a way better army than Bomber, this is probably the moment.
I think so. And he's going to, with these Banshees, by the way, it's worth mentioning, losing 1 Banshee. He has map control. Bomber does not have towers. He does not see what's going on outside. He can see individual Marines kind of coming out, trying to figure out Polt's approach, but as such, look at this. Polt's coming up on the soft underbelly.
Yeah, and Bomber doesn't see it. That Banshee is like working as a magnet right now. It's pulling all these units north, and Bomber is completely unaware of this force from Polt that's approaching via the left side.
And this is a dead, I mean, if not a dead third, then at least a dislodged third. You can't take that now. And this is going to be a tough nut for Bomber to crack. And the nice thing again is TVT is a very positional matchup. So Polt's here. How do you get rid of this? You can't expand there. Do you float up to the top? Oh, okay, he's going to use the high ground, actually. That's a nice move right there.
High ground vision over here, though, only used by scans. One of the tanks for Polt will fall. But Polt getting a little unfortunate there, not being able to pick up this tank. But let's not forget, Polt is not actually mining of this base just yet, you know? So Bomber temporarily not mining of this base is not like, oh, this is game over. He really needs this income.
Right.
If he somehow kills his army, but I think that Polt is setting up like the greatest sandwich of all time.
He might. He's definitely thinking about it. He controls the tower again.
Maybe waiting for 1-1. His +1 armor is about to finish up.
And Bomber is going to go to the top to try to mine from there. Ooh, an attack upgrade is actually inside of range of those tanks. That is reason to move.
This is Bomber's moment. Polt's moment. He realized that Bomber doesn't have the majority of his forces there, so 2 tanks will get cleaned up. But that's pretty much all that Bomber loses in the long run.
Yeah, and he's not spotting for the high ground on that upgrade. It's too bad he didn't emphasize that more. I guess he's got bigger fish to fry. A couple of things getting picked off here by Bomber. It's very sloppy for Polt. But Polt's winging around. He's got the bigger army. He's ahead in supply.
But Bomber just wants to buy time right now. He needs 60 seconds to have a massive upgrade advantage. He's going to siege up on the high ground again. All he wants to do is just drop a few moves. This is not the fight to take so far away from his tanks. Polt is doing a really good job over here with his army movement.
Yeah, he says, come on in on those tanks. And honestly, Polt doesn't have to move any further forward. Again, he's just using this position to say, no, you cannot mine from here. And as Kevin is showing us right there, he is now mining off that third, which means there's at least for right now, a slight, but soon to be massive economic advantage.
Polt is still down 4 SCVs, but of course, you know, he's mining up 3 bases, which is exactly like Jeff said, everything that truly matters. However, I think that Bomber wants to fight the moment he has 2-2, especially because, let's not forget, this is on the side of the map of Bomber. His reinforcements are going to be closer. I don't think he will let just Polt get away with this. Look at this, his upgrades are ready. Bomber wants to fight.
Nice job from Polt, though, to kind of hold him out at arm's length and pull back with his tanks in siege mode.
Oh, that engagement, though.
I mean, this is a good fight for Bomber. Nope.
Question mark.
God dang it. I can't pick a fight to win for the life of me. I swear, guys, I play this game professionally sometimes. Anyways.
It was a beautiful engagement. Well, Polt just had his tanks in a better position in the start, so Bomber lost a lot of Marines.
Yeah, it was looking good for a second there, and Polt did a good job, too, of buying himself enough time so that his tanks would get into siege mode and they would have the first volley. And that splatter was more than enough, but when Bomber fanned out with that 1-1 upgrade advantage, I figured Polt's army would start to melt, but I guess the tank support was just too much.
But still, though, Bomber is far from that. He fires up +3 way before Polt is going to be able to do it. He stabilizes. If we take a look at the SCV count, he's only down 4 SCVs.
4 harvesters, and otherwise he's down 10 supply. Like, it's very much the same.
Yeah. He has to be careful. He's going to siege up way before. Actually, this time, Polt is the one, Bomber is the one with way more tanks. That's also funny. They just keep switching roles on us.
Yeah. Polt is... he's actually adding a second factory, so that won't last for too terribly long.
If I was Bomber right now, I'd take a chill pill and just sit back.
Oh, gosh. Look at the barracks inside Bomber's base. Oh, nope. Yep, that one. Oh, geez. Guys, now's not the time to protest like that. That's
They're on the strike. Too many of our private Ryans have fallen.
pacifist space marines.
They are still sad that the guy on the habitation station didn't get saved.
Counterattack. Bomber now realizes this.
Oh, the engineering bay. Well, this is the armor upgrade.
That upgrade going down is really nice, but Polt's got to get out of here. His medevacs are here to pick them up if he wants to. Yes, and the stim and Bomber was just not enough. Polt looking to drop over at the third as well, but that gets deflected by Bomber. Bomber with a nice defense, but losing that upgrade is a big deal.
I'm a little bit surprised. Oh, Bomber realizes, I think. Yep.
He might actually just hitting the all army key.
This is his strategy. This is his timing, Jeff.
No, the all army key. I think that's how he selected.
Ah, yeah, that's correct.
Otherwise, there's no way in hell he just lets them.
Maybe he wants to wait until these Marines finish. You know what I don't understand, by the way? Like this fight, it was super obvious that these were all the Marines that Polt had, and they were kind of trapped. Like when Bomber stims, he doesn't stim and move forward, stim and move forward. Yeah. So those Marines get a lot closer to the medevacs. Do you understand that? I think that would have been a guaranteed kill of like almost 20 Marines.
Oh, yeah. If he stutter steps forward, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's not like he's going to lose the fight in his own natural against only like 1/10 of Polt's real army.
Well, keep in mind, this is actually 11 supply. That's just 11 Marines from the army, just literally not a part of every single fight. So when we look at the supply disparity, it's actually quite a bit larger. I'm not going to make the biggest deal of this, but it is a big deal, actually, in this stage of the game. Polt shoves forward and again is looking to kind of keep Bomber on his back foot. Bomber's okay with letting this game go a little bit longer. Losing that upgrade means that he needs time. He will be down a critical upgrade. He is, like you said, he has more tanks actually for right now, but he's been reeling. He's been on the back foot. He needs to stabilize and then push out and control that army as well as he has in the past. 91
Marines against 85, but of course there are still 11 Marines strapped over here, so it's not truly 85. But and the tank is actually even right now. There are more medevacs, I believe, on the side of Bomber as always. 12 against 11. Actually, it's just very close right now. It's very, very close all around. The only thing that Bomber has is that he has +3 and Polt does not. But is that enough to just like run into tanks? Probably not.
Oh, well.
No, what an engagement over here for Polt.
Oh, the full surround. The tanks are on siege. Polt getting a great concave here, but I'll be damned if I call who's going to win this fight just yet, because obviously Bomber does. Saw that coming a mile away. Thank you, StarCraft Universe. No, but in honesty,
that was a good fight for Polt. That was a good fight. That was absolutely beautiful.
The tank count, it wasn't 3 tanks, right? He lost a couple of tanks on the back end of that, I think.
And Polt still has all of his tanks alive.
Those Marines stemmed inside the base, by the way. So yeah, he's hitting his all army key and hitting stem.
Now at least we know that we never have to feel bad about again if we play a ladder game and we use control.
No, I know. I thought that was like something
for noobs.
We all laughed about.
Yeah, but if Bomber does it, like, hey, I am no longer embarrassed about using the control of army.
We've been wrong all along. In fact, he stims his whole army too. You're supposed to like strategically split. It's like all hands on deck. Take your drugs now.
That's pretty much how it went. Something died over here. I guess it was a tank.
Yeah, he's still at the tower. Tower's just so fantastic in TVT. Gives you that spotting that you would otherwise need to get with, you know, medevacs or Vikings or something in the air.
Big tank upgrade advantage right now for Polt as well. Polt is about to have not about, but he has +2 and now +3 is halfway down.
Polt. This is really weird.
Yeah,
there's like so many tanks here and he doesn't have a whole lot of coverage for him. This would be a huge prize for Bomber if he wants to go in on this.
Bomber is going to find the rest of Polt's army in the middle of the map right now. Maybe this was Polt's plan all along.
Oh, there's a nice sandwich there, and I can say definitively Polt is going to stem in and win that fight. And Bomber, I guess he just has so many tanks, it's kind of scary for the Marines to engage. They're circling around, but Polt's unified with it now, running up here.
This might actually be a fight that Bomber can win again.
He needs to be careful. Polt didn't have his medevacs kind of synced up with him, and he was without tanks.
TVT is really cool when it's played like this. I mean, Polt is
casted by 2 Protoss players that have no idea what's going on. I'm just kidding. We know what's going on, kinda.
We've done this before.
But from this position, Polt is threatening once again that 4th base.
Can take out the rocks because why not?
He moves forward. If Bomber doesn't see us, he can take a few in the teeth. Nope, he scans ahead immediately. And we're gonna have a little bit of an exchange.
It's really unfortunate that these units are still trapped for Bomber.
Bomber forgot about a base.
Bomber is picking up almost like his entire army. He's gonna evacuate that original 3rd base.
Yeah. Oh, that is a big drop.
That is a really big drop.
See, the orbital is saved, by the way, so that's actually good news. But Polt could actually pick up here as well and drop on the production if he wanted. But Bomber, all eyes on Bomber right now. This is.
Oh, but Polt has so many units at home as well.
Yeah, that's a big-ass army.
Really
I think he should just go for the production.
Yeah, he's probably going to go to the main. There are missile turrets, but other than missile turrets, there's not a whole lot here. Here comes Bomber again with a massive drop into the main base of Polt.
But there's no tanks here, actually, worth noting. He will have the higher concave at the top of the ramp.
But yeah, you can just like kill all these Marines that are gonna try to stim up, right?
Yeah, Polt needs tanks.
He's getting tanks. He's getting tanks.
Couple of tanks helping tremendously, and then Bomber sees that backs away. So sure, come on up the ramp. There's no medevacs for Polt. Does that make a difference?
Yes, it makes quite a bit of a difference. This is going really good for Bomber so far. Is this a drop that brings him back in this game? Needless to say, he was behind, but he's really shutting down the production right now.
Is this how Polt gets eliminated? He's got this massive army.
Oh, he's retreating with everything.
And he's got to come back. He has to come back right now because he's losing his main base. He's overexpanded at the bottom. The fourth base ends up, well, it's now the third base for Bomber, excuse me.
Bomber has such big balls to just pick up his army in this phase in the game and just fly across the map. He's under so much pressure, and he just picked up like 80 supply and he went for it. And he's doing a phenomenal job. He's going to kill these Marines as well. He's going to maybe kill that orbital. Tell me, Jeff.
This drop looks devastating, and it is. It was an amazing drop. But look how far behind Bomber is anyways. He's down in supply. That's going to equalize-ish, but look at the position. The tank count for Polt?
Oh, no, this is gonna hurt.
15 tanks to 5.
Wow.
And almost all the medevacs die here as well. In fact, if they want to just sit here, they will die. Yeah, they get shot into missile turrets.
But still, it was a sick play by Bomber. It was
it's
the
a great drop.
It was the best he could have done.
Is my point. He's mining off of one base right now.
Soon to be two. I mean, Polt doesn't have any additional bases. This is the only base he would have as a true advantage, I guess.
Just look at the armies, man. Hit the unit key. Boom. Oh, wait, Bomber's got 94 Marines? What the hell? Wait, Bomber had 94 Marines.
He's gonna stim in.
Okay, you can stim into tanks. Polt's gonna take it. He's got this one.
Eventually, I guess he will.
Yes, Polt took it. 94 Marines to 23. He just 70 some odd Space Marines just lost their lives in the name of 7 tanks. That was gruesome.
He picked up a couple of tanks as well, but yeah, I need to say,
yeah, 7 of them, that's what I said.
if he would have been there 2 seconds quicker, then that would have been really sick for Bomber. Like if he's able to jump on those tanks when everything is on siege, then we are looking at a completely different ballgame. These Marines are still trapped, by the way, in the left up side of this map.
Oh, jeez. So, well, he's going to drop on this plan.
Oh, the yellow submarine is working.
Okay, hang on. This is a Bomber drop. Oh, God. Bomber, you can't do it this time.
No!
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, jeez. There was a Marine, there was Polt's Marine chasing it the whole way, but I love Bomber's, as you said, his balls, man. This guy's just like, I don't care. What if you're out of position? What if? He didn't know. He comes back to that Marine.
I guess Bomber's best choice is, or best chance is to somehow buy time until he's able to max out, and then he's gonna have a way bigger army because he has fewer SCVs. But look at Bomber, like Bomber just leaves nothing at home.
Fewer SCVs, but that the 11 Space Marines trapped have gone up to, what is this?
At least they haven't stimmed in a while. So Bomber does not always use the control F2.
Yeah, that's actually, that's a little like, no, there it is, our Petri dish. Okay, he did it. Stimmed the whole army. This exchange, actually, it looks like Bomber's got a good flank here on the right side. Starting to add a few Marauders in there.
It's a very even fight in the long run.
Yeah. Somehow Polt still has it's Polt that can afford that, is what's happening. In the war of attrition, Polt pulled ahead he's got a 60 supply advantage right now, and Bomber's maxed it. He just has no money. Not maxed out, excuse me, I misspoke. And Polt has 2,000 minerals. He's looking for ways to spin right now.
Yeah, Polt just dropped 8 mules over here on this left bottom base. That's
he's rich.
I didn't even open the income tab because it would disgust me.
I am disgusted by this.
So would Elias be.
Shout out to Stefano. Polt reloaded, moves out to the middle of the map, still a massive number of medevacs, and Bomber's in desperation mode. You can see he's looking for a doom drop.
What do you think Polt is going to do? You think he's going to try to retreat? Or?
This is going to be that pseudo base trade scenario, but the medevacs, they slowed off their speed. Yep.
Well, 2 tanks died immediately over there for Bomber, and he doesn't really have a whole lot of tanks. He has like 9 Marines in this drop. That's not that impressive.
No, it's not enough.
Okay, this is the most unsuccessful drop that Bomber has done. At the same time, here comes Polt with his red army.
We're going to get that game number 5, Kevin. There's no way Polt's going to get slowed down there. Bomber taps out. GG is called.